Welcome back, my fellow subscribers. Today we're gonna go over showing off this pretty cool gadget that can help you play music on the go, even learn music. So let's check this out. Welcome back, my fellow subscribers. This time I have something a little different. Usually I do camera stuff or music. Well, this is music related, but this is a music gadget that you can connect to your phone, to your iPad. So I'm really excited to show you this because this is something I was looking for before. Something to create music with. Sometimes you can't carry a big instrument with you, like a piano. A keyboard's actually really big. Luckily, I found this by Korg, and Korg is a very well-known company. So let's get into it. There's a couple of things I want to show off about this. So let's talk about what this thing does. What's so cool about it? What's unique about it? Because, I mean, you could tell it's a keyboard. You probably know what it does, but there's a lot more into it. What's unique about it? What are the price ranges? Because this is not a single type model. There's different types. And should you get one? Let's try this out. So, what does this thing do? This allows you to play any instrument, not just the keyboard or the piano, when you link it to your iPad or phone. And there's a couple of apps that I will recommend, but the main one to play with on the Apple products is the GarageBand. But luckily there's another company, there's actually several that make apps compatible with MIDI keyboards, or keyboards that you can use to edit music. And one of these is called Piano 3D, and I like to use that one a lot. So let's see how this looks when you're working on it on the screen. So the first thing you're going to want to do is download it from your app store. You're going to want not Fortnite. You're going to want to get this app right here, the BLE Midi. This is the app made by Korg, where you pair this keyboard to the device that you're using. And I've used this on both iPhone and iPad. Okay, so you put connect. You have connected it. Then you're gonna wanna use that app of preference. So we're gonna go through how it looks in GarageBand, and we're gonna go through how it looks in Piano 3D. What does this thing do? It depends on the app you connect it to. So when we're talking about GarageBand, just putting the keyboard, you have to understand the potential that makes this product so unique is the flexibility you're gonna have to play any instrument, strings, pianos, guitars, basses, drums, and you can make your song on the go. You don't need this big studio. Obviously, there's differences in quality, but for what you get here, it's actually quite handy and affordable to create music, to learn music, and compose your own songs, even add voice, because if you've ever used GarageBand, you know it's pretty flexible. So let me show you what it looks like on GarageBand now that we have both items, both of these products linked. So you'll see I have been working on this. I have it on the timeline already, and if you've used GarageBand before, it's full of tools. There's items to change the EQ. You've got each individual track to play with, where you can play with volumes, which side does the volume lean to, the treble, the bass, echoes, reverb. This is endless fun right here for a music geek like me, or anyone that's really into music creation. If you're a singer, if you're a composer, this is a handy tool because it offers so much. And so I have my favorite settings on already, so I'm just gonna go straight into it. I won't play this yet, but I'll show you. So I'm on keyboards right now, and if you know, GarageBand has a ton of tools for you to make music, but I started my music passion with keyboard, so that's where I'm at. Within it, you have all of these options. So as you can see, you can spend a lot of time on this, trying to find the sounds that you want. just getting inspiration with so many different varieties. Oh look, then here's pretty much a shortcut to other instruments. I love classical grand, and this is pretty much how it sounds. So obviously, there's a lot that this tool can do for you. I just went through keyboards. I won't spend too much time going into the other ones, but I mean, this is just a lot of fun for anyone who's a professional or hobbyist or learning to play an instrument. Using the keyboard as a basis, you can easily learn to play the piano, learn how to compose, layer up your tracks to make something complete, where you got the piano and an orchestra, or if you're into more a different type of beat. GarageBand has a lot to offer. Like, we've got the live loops with different styles. Like, there's a lot you can do. What makes this particular keyboard unique is that this model is actually the second version of Korg's keyboards that connect to our devices like this. And the neat thing is, it's not limited to your phone, your iPad. This connects to the MacBooks as well. So you can totally use Logic Pro, you can use GarageBand on your computer, work on it here, transfer it over there. This is all you need. And of course, this doesn't have any sound. It's projecting through the device that you're playing it with, but when you're recording, you're getting a very high quality sound. So what makes this unique? Obviously, when you're looking at keyboards, it depends what you're looking for. Some people want all these square buttons so that you can do beats and mixes. This is not that. This is more traditional, where you're not limited, but if you know how to control your keyboard, you can play anything you want. You're just not going to get those loops that other keyboards offer. But that's not what Korg was aiming at. Korg was aiming at creativity with people that already know how to play keyboard or want to create music on the go. So this is very minimalist design. The sun is hitting my keyboard, but that's okay. I wanted to show you. So this is very minimalist. If you'll see it from one end to the other, there's not that much to it except these two knobs. So these two knobs control the way your instrument is going to sound. So we got the pitch. We'll probably let's do a guitar so you can hear that. That's an instrument that you're more likely to hear a pitch change. So let's modify the volume. So that's the pitch. The mod helps you, if you're familiar with GarageBand, usually you can do picking, you can do a full strum. So the mod has 3 positions: upward, middle, bottom, and we'll play each one. Middle. So between the middle and the lower one, there's a very slight difference, not that big of a deal. Another cool thing, and keyboard lovers around the world are gonna love this, is these 2 buttons right here. One says up, one says down. They light up when you press them, and there's 3 levels. This is how you get through the octaves. And that's really cool, because when you're playing the keyboard, you may say, wow, this is very limiting. I can't play everything I want. This allows me to do this as long as I keep my finger on the up or down. If you've ever played the keyboard, you know how hard that actually is to play. So this is a really cool feature that makes you jump through the octaves to get the sound that you actually want. So very simple design, very minimalist, but what it does have is very useful. And for someone like me, I can do a lot with this. Even if you are just beginning, this is more than what you need to learn or start making your own songs. So let's get into more of the options you've got for price ranges and all these, because they've got 3 models and 2 versions of this. So let's go through that. I showed you GarageBand. Let me show you really quick Piano 3D. It's a really neat app. Let's do this recording. Piano 3D is like the most advanced graphic design I've seen, recreating a piano. And the cool thing is you can change colors of your keyboard. Actual grand. You can pick which one you want. So you're gonna get different sounds, which is neat. This one is really cool because if you see here, you can change the way the keyboard looks depending on what you want to do. Oh well, they got an AR on here. The cool thing is you can actually learn to play songs on this one. So I would really recommend this if you buy this keyboard to play along with. You can totally download it and use the actual screen, but you're really limited in what you can do on a screen when you don't have something tactile. So let me just show you what this looks like. Now keep in mind there are differences between the apps. The app is really going to determine the quality you get. So in GarageBand, I would say you get the most quality because your keys are sensitive to how hard you press them. There's more articulation. Piano 3D is a little bit less featured. It just looks nice. It has a good sound. One thing I forgot to mention is on this side you got your ports. One to connect directly to the computer, one to connect to the power, or to connect a pedal. And then the other switch is to switch between wired and wireless, which we will go through in a bit. So there you could see how I used the octave jumping to go beyond my 49 key limit, which gives you a lot of freedom to play anything you want. Yes, the keys are smaller, but as you saw, it's doable. It's not that complicated to use. It's not impossible. If you can play on the touch screen, this is even better. Okay, so a big thing to know is that we've got 2 versions. We've got the MicroKey and the MicroKey Air. The difference is Air is wireless. And if you're going to be using your devices or even your MacBook Pro, wireless is the way to go. It's more modern. You don't have to deal with wires. This runs on 2 batteries, which I have not replaced in over a month because I use minimal power. There's no sound. It's just sending Bluetooth signal back and forth. So your price is going to depend on the size of your keyboard. We can go from $25, which starts at $98, up to 37 at 121, 49 at 162, and 61, which would be around here, for 174. Now, I'm quoting prices from sweetwater.com, which I recommend you. I'll put a link and I'll show you on the screen what that looks like. They have excellent prices and warranty and return policy. Essentially, this is affordable at any level that you're at. If you're learning or you want it for your kids, you want to get the smaller one, even more affordable. But when you see the value that this can provide for you, the creativity it can spark, and someone learning, or someone like me who already knows music, who wants to make their own, just jamming out, you know, the value of these couple hundred doesn't even get to $200. It's very worth it. Like I always like to think, we spend so much money on other things. This is something that you can grow with and carry with you when you travel. It's an amazing product. And when I saw this, I was like, I need to try this out. And now I'm making a ton of songs with different layers. And the more you play with it, it becomes entertaining. It's fun. You don't feel the stress of like, oh no, I messed up, because it's so, you know, it's not as serious. So you can play with it and really bring out the best out of you and the instrument. So I hope you liked this review. I don't usually do product reviews like this, but this is something that really impacted me. And since I've been doing music focused videos in the past, I wanted to show something that might be of benefit to you. So I'm gonna add a couple of videos that I made with the apps so you can check out the playing. Thank you.